All right, all right. As MacArthur said, we have returned. We are here at the African American Museum. You're getting a sweep right now. I'm going to show you. These are the buses that are pulling up to my left. These are all young people. Look what they're doing. They're looking at Black Lives Matter signs right now as I speak. That Black Lives Matter stand for the born as well as unborn. You see these young people? They were going into this museum to see another narrative. They were going into this museum where eugenics is not even talked about. They were going to be deceived. They're going to be deceived. And you know, it's amazing to me that our Congress and our senators were going to allow this. But nevertheless, I got good news today. I understand that possibly Clarence Thomas is coming in. Well, you got to raise your voice sometimes, people. But we're not finished. Mildred Jeffries, the first black woman who graduated from Harvard, needs to be there, okay? See, these are the buses right here. These are the buses. See, they're going at, but guess what? Look at them, look at. Come on down here. Let's look at what they looked at just now. They're taking pictures right now. This is going to be on their Facebook. Look at this. And it's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. A message that won't be on the inside has to be on the outside. Okay, we're going to head around now. But folks, the buses pull up all the time. We are positioned in such a fashion that we can certainly put here and allow our First Amendment rights to be executed in peaceful order and in decency. All right. Once again, these are buses that are pulling up. There's a sightseeing bus that's over there going by. I just got to get this for my, this is going to be on my website. This one. Look at all the students lined up there. What are they looking at? Black Lives Matters, okay? Born and unborn. They're looking at the changing faces of choice, okay, before they go inside. So if they see another narrative, they'll begin to question and say, well, why is anybody talking about this? They're decimating African American people under the guise of law, and no one's saying nothing. Look at these students. All right, no, they're not going to forget what they just saw, and hopefully they'll take up arms and realize they're being targeted by the abortion industry to cut off our children in the womb, telling women it's a good thing. All these women have seen, all these young men have seen that no matter what, they have seen a seed right now that is planted in their minds. I may never meet any of these people, but they just met our 12 by 4 foot signs where we are then granted permission to stand by law, constitutionally, and be honest with you, we should be out here all day. But once again, just point this way. You got Bruce Rivers, there they are going in. Going in, ladies, get your cameras. Many people going in, and we want to obey the laws. We want to make sure everything's good. See Pastor Hunter, Zena Hackworth, they were just with us at the Smith Poetry Gallery. This is a victory, and right now, just turn up and get that scene. And we just got here, but there's millions of people going in. Millions will be going in this year. And we're posting up as a testimony and a living witness. Okay, I hope you can hear me over Pastor Bruce, but as we go, these are the signs we have lined up here. Okay, these young men, some a little older than the others, are here as a witness. I went over these signs previously, and we're just grateful that we can be a witness. And it sows a seed. This is not the last time. Actually, we're trying to raise the funds that we can be here on a weekly basis. Why? This, as awesome structure as it is, just a glorious building. Just take it back up there. Look at the structure of this building. It's just awesome. But it is not depicting the truth of African American history, and it's hiding eugenics. Well, eugenics has been hidden long enough. Planned Parenthood is responsible for being the leader killing our African Americans. Why should we tolerate their history not being told again? Let's come on down here and get another shot. This is the structure right here. Just awesome. Now I want to also say this is taxpayer money, okay? It's taxpayer money, so therefore we have say-so what goes on, no pun intended, of what displays are offered in this museum. Quite frankly, the reason why I'm being here, once again, for 2 years we've been yelling about Clarence Thomas being in there. And also somebody asked you, do you know? No, I've never met Clarence Thomas, but I've read about Clarence Thomas. He is a sitting Supreme Court justice. How can you have put him in, not have put him in this museum and put Colin Kaepernick in? And I understand Colin, and I don't mean that detrimentally. I mean it as far as disparity, as far as a commitment to the African American community, okay, and an achievement, okay, that we can be proud of, all right. And Clarence Thomas has done that. I suspect it's because he's conservative. I suspect because he is unquestionably Catholic, okay, and so he was omitted. Once again, just brought to my attention. I can't believe someone had to bring it to my attention. Mildred Jeffries, the first African-American woman, graduated Harvard Law School. How is she not in there? How is she not in there? I hope that's proper, but I know she's the first out of Harvard for that, I believe. But she's the first. That person should be in this museum. Could it be that she was the president of National Right to Life, that she has been omitted? Is that the reason that the ideology and those who sit on this board are using when it comes to what type of African-American history is depicted? You know, and that is more of a doctrine and ideology than a true reflection of history. And once again, if taxpayers built this, then taxpayers have some say-so of who goes in it, okay? And if it doesn't reflect our history genuinely, we need to complain about that. And once again, how can you not talk about eugenics? How come 20 million people are missing due to eugenics in this? And who was the main facilitator of that? Margaret Sanger. We just left her bust up at the Smithsonian Portrait. What is going on here, folks? Where are the voices of righteousness? Where are the voices of outrage? This is deliberately poisoning children and young people and college students that would come in and see these displays, because what you omit means it's not important. What you omit to say, meaning is not to take any resolve in your heart at all. And that is not the case. So just want to get another view as you come down here. As you can see, a magnificent structure, and we've been so grateful for, it was actually under the Bush administration. I'm not really giving credit to any one person, but it did start. I certainly give credit to the Obama administration for making sure that this edifice was built, okay? And we're grateful for that. But the content is deliberately leftist, extremely liberal, and chooses to omit conservative views, okay? And my cameraman and we're just trying to give you an overview. We just marched down roughly a little over a mile from the Smithsonian Portrait Gallery. Don't show it. This way, we're heading into where we need to be. As you know, last year we were told to leave this side of the walkway. I remember that. All right, no problem. And we chose to take them to court, and that we can have our rightful place and deliver our message that needs to be heard. Okay. If this history won't be on the inside, then once again, we must take the history on the outside. And that is just the absolute fact. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave off. You can film at your own discretion, but you cut this one off this one.